We are again on Saturday night and having a good time in the pre-show. Trust me, we were having a heck of a good time. Oh, my goodness. I know I've said this many times before that I wish some of y'all could join us in the pre-show because it's actually crazy. It really is. It's actually, especially with this group that I have here in the pre-show. Oh my goodness. So it's great. It's actually off the chain, so to speak, sometimes. But anyway,
Patreon content there, Russ. There's a tip for you. Pre-show on Patreon only.
Yeah. So anyway, so thank you for being here tonight. Looking forward to a good show. Now, I have put it out there, and for those of you who are in the chat, it's still not too late. I really haven't got as many pictures. Usually when I put this out here, I'm just flooded with pictures. So I don't know if people didn't see it. I put it out in plenty of time Friday morning. So it's been up. But if you've got pictures of your projects that you want to share, it's still not too late to email them to it, contest@simplywoodencreations.com. Don't worry about the subject line. Put anything in there, A, E, I, O, or U, a vowel. I mean, put whatever you need to put in there, but contest@simplywoodencreations.com, and I'll go through and check them here. I'll get somebody to talk for me for a little bit where I can break away and go check them and download them. But yeah, so, but I decided I didn't have anybody to be on tonight. We got Doc, Jared Halibard. I'm not sure if I'm butchering his name or not.
Hildebrand.
I think you already told me that one time before. Hildebrand. Yeah. He's going to be on the 23rd of February.
Is he bringing his Legion of Doom brooms?
I don't know what he's bringing, but he'll be on. So tonight I thought it would be like pretty cool because I went back and looked at when we did this the last time, which was the show and tell, and y'all send your project pics, and it went off really great. I mean, we showed off a ton of pics, and they got a really good lot of people. So, so like I said, it's still not too late. Hey, Steve Carmichael, he just popped in out there. And then we have Wizard Woodworks, Sean Draper, Michelle Marcuse out there in the chat, Ken McCrory, James Parker, Mike Pickett is out there. I'm going back through just to see Mike Pickett still. Yep, he's there. Jimbo. Gary Lucas. That's kind of a new name. I don't remember seeing him out there before. So all those guys are out there in the chat, and I really appreciate you. Woody Walnut just showed up. And so if y'all would like to show off some of your project pics, like I said, all you have to do is send them to contest, and I don't know where my little piece of paper is. I think I moved it. Contest@simplywoodencreations.com. And send me your project pics, and I'll go through. I'll even be checking my email when we start doing all this kind of stuff. So, well, I thought it'd be pretty cool to do that. Drop a link to the stream for Russ. Don't forget to drop a link stream for Russ. Okay. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I mean, there's 35 people watching right now, and that's great. And as time rolls on, as the show starts rolling on a few minutes, they'll start coming on in. But those 35 people, and we only got 12 thumbs up. I need 35 thumbs ups if you don't mind. So we got 16, so 18. So they're starting to come in. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it very much. All right, so before we go too far, let me talk about my wonderful sponsors, and they are Devobal Technologies for web design, development, and hosting. Visit devobal.com. FastCap, innovative products for the professional woodworker. Go to fastcap.com. Rockler, 60 years in woodworking, create with confidence. Visit rockler.com. Bearwood Supply Company, your best choice for hard-to-find woodworking supplies. Go to bearwood.com. Klingspor, the sanding specialist, woodworkingshop.com. Seiko, the scroll saw specialist, seiko.com. Okay, we got a little contest we're going to do tonight. It's a little game. So it's kind of like, you remember that game you used to play when you were driving down the road and you said, I spy something blue. And then you'd have to pretend or figure out what the heck your brother or sister or whatever was looking at that was blue at the time. Okay. So I spy something different tonight. And if you figure out what it is, send me an email to contest@simplywoodencreations.com. We're using that again. But in the subject line, I want you to put, I spy something different. And then tell me what you see that's different, that you think is different. And then I'll go through that list of things that of people that have sent in and see if it's right. Because there's something that is just like, it's very apparent and it should be different. But so if you see something different tonight, then you send a email to me at contest@simplywoodencreations.com, and you put in that subject line, I spy something different, and tell me what you see that is different.
Do we get any clues?
No, I'm not going to give you any clues whatsoever. I will tell you this much. These are my two projects that I have here tonight that I'm going to show off that I've been messing with, and it's not those.
I thought it was your T-shirt, so I'm way out.
It's not, and I don't want you to talk.
I think Ossiman was actually asking about something in his eye or something like that.
Zip it. There's not going to be any talking about this thing, but if you want to ask about this or this, then say that that's different, then no, because this is something I've been working on, and this is my, I'm going to show my projects off tonight.
You brushed your teeth?
It's not Ken Moon's head.
My wife kissed me, so she didn't. She
that's
didn't
up to
back
her.
off. She didn't back off, so. Oh, it's just a little something. I wanted to see how observant everyone is.
Is it first come, first serve, or are you going to pick them out of a hat?
No. If you send it in, if it's you get the right answer, then I'll go through there and pick one. I'll do like a pull out, a draw of those people that got it right, and send the person a prize. I can't tell you what the prize is, so yes. So
sawdust. Just give them sawdust.
Sawdust. Yeah, but I don't think I see sawdust around here.
We can fix that.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, so that's just a little something I want to say. So, just have a little fun game to see how observant that you're here every week. The panel's here every week, and see if you notice that something that's a little different. So anyway,
subject line again.
Subject line is I spy something different. In the subject line. That'll depict that from the pictures that I'm getting. I spy something different. Okay, so we got all that down?
Well, Mike Pickett out in the chat said that, the rules of the I Spy normally include the color at least.
Well, it's my game. We're going to go by my rules. So it's not going to be no color. It's just, there's something different. And if you watch this show every week and you're very attentive to my show, it won't be hard to miss. So I'll tell you that much. So anyway, so let's go down the line and introduce ourselves. And he's not looking at me, so I'm going to catch him. Russ Meadows, go ahead and tell us where you're at, where we can find you.
I knew it was coming. I had that feeling. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Russ Meadows coming at you live from the great state of Texas. Y'all can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and hardly any of YouTube, but just one, under Rusty Nails Wood Shop. And I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you very much. Russ and I have been, friends for 5, 6, 7 years, somewhere in that area.
Something like that.
Yep, something like that. So,
And he still ain't caught up to me in age and beautifulnness.
no, I'm still not as pretty as you are, but I'm a lot hairier than you are.
That's for doggone sure. Except on the back of my head.
Paul caught Paul off guard.
No, you didn't. I just couldn't find the pointer on my mouse. And it was right over the microphone. Paul Corliss, Paul's Messy Workshop, messy as usual. Paul's Messy Workshop on YouTube and Instagram. And thanks for having me on here. And I think I know what it is, but I'm not saying.
Okay. Al Forte.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Al Forte, Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. Great to be here. You can also find me on Twitch at Kilroy79763. In fact, if you do a search for Kilroy79763, you'll find me everywhere. Kilroy was here. Anyway, thanks for allowing me to be here, Russ.
Cool. Let me get back over there and look at the stuff. Ken Moon.
Hey, Russ, thanks for having me. Ken Moon from Moon Pie Creations. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, even Twitter, but mostly on Facebook. If you're looking around, just hit me up, hit friend request.
Great. And the reason I'm taking so back, okay, Michelle Marcoux, Mike Pickett, and I think it's Michelle Marcoux, Ken McCrory have all sent in there are already things to I Spy, and I can tell you guys that you're all wrong right now. So I'm just deleting your emails. So
we have multiple attempts. We can
no, they can have a multiple attempt, because I was like, wow, they're just so far off. It's credit crazy.
Did you guys post Russ's email in the chat?
Contest. Well, contest is pretty easy. CONTES. I can't even spell the damn thing. But that's pretty easy. But I got some more picks. So let's find out who is next to Ken Moon, and that is Matt Haas.
Hello, everyone. Matt Haas. You can find me on Brenda G's Designs. No, just kidding. You can find me on Awesome Wood Things. I got a lot of cool projects coming up, and I'm working on my Makers Rock album, makersrock.com.
I want to enter that. When is the cutoff on that?
Oh, well, the published date is the 12th of March, so you can go right up to the end of that for all I can.
Yeah. I've got to do that this year. I've got to do that this year.
We're about 1 month out, a little bit more than one whole month.
I got to get that done.
Yeah.
All right. So keep pestering me, Matt. Go, Russ, have you started on your project yet?
Well, I'm not the pestering type, but yeah, sure. I'll set up a Python script to just fire you emails twice an hour until
that would be good. Katie Dotson.
Hi there, I'm Katie. I'm here to keep things in line. Yeah, that's my job.
You're here to
on
keep things in
Facebook.
line?
Yeah.
I thought Katie was going to say, I'm here to pump you up.
You're on your own there, buddy.
Cool. Is that it, Katie?
That's it. I'm on Facebook, and that's under Katie Dotson, and that's it. I'm just
okay.
Full of inappropriate comments and
well, that's the reason you're on here, because we love you so much.
Yeah. I have a really hard time keeping it at PG-13 a lot of times.
Well, I know that's the hard time, keeping it PG-13, but
we may not make it tonight.
They all love you keeping me in line. That's what they all want you here there for.
Well, that's a real challenge.
Yeah. All right, Jim.
Jim Bashir's with Driveway Workshop, and Katie actually lied to us all. She's here to keep us out of line. So whenever she pops up there, just keep that in mind.
Cool. Dixon.
Hey, Russ, I'm Dixon
Hey.
Hoffman at Hoffman Signs and Decals, and you'll also see me on Facebook. I'm feeling a lot better this weekend than last weekend.
Oh, I'm hoping so, because you said you were sick like last weekend.
Oh, I got the kind that doesn't spread. It was food poisoning. I had that when I was in my 20s once, and I was in the hospital for 3 days, and it was the same type of thing. It was fish.
Whoa, whoa.
So that was not fun.
Well, let me give you a little secret. When you eat fish, and you're going to sit there and laugh and think I'm stupid for saying this, but when you eat fish, if it's fresh, it doesn't taste fishy.
You're right, just a little bit, just a real little bit. Then you
And
know
if
it's good.
it's not fresh and you bite into it, it tastes like fishy. I mean, like you go like, wow, that's how you can tell. So if it's fresh, and most of these places are pushing fresh, we have fresh fish or whatever. And so that's not the cod and stuff that you get at like Red Lobster and all these other places that are pushing off that they got fresh fish. But if it's a real fresh fish, like a sea bass or something like that, you bite into it and it's got that pungent, fishy taste, spit it out, because it's not fresh. I can tell you that right off the bat. We went out and caught fresh catfish, fresh bass and stuff, brought them home, cleaned them, and cooked them right then and eat them. And I've had people that didn't even like fish come over, and they'll say like, what is that? And I'm like, you know, it's fish. They go, oh, I don't like fish. I said, just take a little bit of it and see. And they taste it and go like, oh my God, it don't taste like fish. Yeah, because it's fresh.
I'm not sure.
Strangers to eat fish off of your plate?
Huh?
You offer to strangers to eat food off of your plate? That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. I'm that kind of a guy, you know?
He opened up the window in his house and said, here, mister, you want some fish?
Middle of the restaurant, he says, who wants some of this? Come on.
Let's go to Brenda. How's your sister, Debbie?
You don't want to talk to Debbie. She's mean.
Oh, she's mean.
I'm Brenda G. Brenda G's Designs. You'll find me all over the internet. Brenda G's Designs on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, on Etsy, Facebook, and it's Brenda G's Designs. And Matt Haas can be found on my channel at 7 o'clock on Thursday nights with me. We do a live stream, and it's a support stream, and we give out interesting facts, and we have all kinds of bells and whistles and fun things. So hope you all join me on Thursday night on my channel for the live stream.
I will try. I had something come up this past Thursday. I don't remember what it was now. I have so many things that's coming up. And if y'all are wondering, this is not really a structured show tonight. It's because it's not a structured show, because we don't have anybody as a guest, and we're just going to go through and have a good time and try to show off some stuff that people has done. And nothing beats fresh barramundi, I believe that is. Wow, I don't know. I'll tell you what, nothing beats anything fresher than a bass out of one of our local lakes that you bring home. My son caught like a 7 or 8 pound bass one day and brought it home, and it was just as pretty and just huge. And he goes, Dad, can we cook this for dinner tonight? And I'm like, yeah, sure. It's not that hard. So, I mean, this has been years ago. I don't think he's probably 16 years old. And we took him out back, and I showed him how to fillet it, and took the nice fillets off of that thing. They're about this long and probably about that thick. And I think, no, I skinned them. No, I didn't. I left the skin on, because what we did was I left the skin on them and filleted them, and I flipped them over onto a baking pan, and we coated them with some butter and lemon juice and a little garlic salt. And I stuck them in the oven for like 15 or 20 minutes and pulled them out. And I said, y'all guys try this. And they went stupid. They were like, oh my God, this is the best thing I ever eat. And I said, yeah, that's the difference between fresh fish and the fish you get from around here. So, but yeah, it was just, that's all you need. Just butter, lemon juice, some garlic salt, a little pepper, throw it in the oven for a few minutes underneath in 350 degrees, pull it out, go for it. It's fantastic. So let's I need a few seconds to get things set up so I can screen share, because I'm getting these pictures coming in and I've already downloaded a bunch of them. So who's got something that they want to show that's on the panel and talk about real quick?
Want me to go first?
Paul, I think Paul beat you by about 2 points.
Doesn't matter to me.
Sounds good. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, go ahead,
These are
Paul. So
pictures-
you
these
go
are
ahead and
pictures
show
that
them
we
and talk
sent
about
you.
what you got and let me get some of these pictures downloaded.
Okay.
These are pictures that we sent you already, right?
I got a.
Yes.
Because I don't want like Matt to sneak in and show inappropriate stuff, or Brenda, or Katie for that matter. That probably wouldn't be cool.
It wouldn't be a Brenda.
You know what?
it would be
I
a
take
Deb.
that all back. I worry about Katie the most.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
You don't have to
All
worry
right.
about Katie. You don't have to worry about it. She'll pull little Katie out, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, Katie, you don't want to know.
What I've got is, I just got done building this enclosure for this statue. This was on my in-law's grave. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law got this for him years ago, and the old enclosure just rotted away. It was made out of plywood, and it just finally rotted away, and there was nothing left. So I took the statue off of it, and I made a new enclosure out of cedar, and put the statue back on it with polyurethane adhesive. And so now I just have to wait for spring till the frost is out of the ground so that I can stick this back in. But it just has a stake that goes in the ground, and that's all there is to it. A few pieces of cedar. And the other thing I was going to show,
That's some good work.
is my latest 3D printing project. I drew up a plan in Fusion 360 to make these little like fixture knobs. And Al's made a couple of them too. Yep, there, Al's got his showing.
There's mine right there.
Yep. And the way they're made is you can take a quarter 20 bolt and put right in it. And that way you can have a fixture knob with any length you want. Or you can just put a quarter 20 nut in the recess and have the kind that goes over a stud and screws on. But I just printed them out on my 3D printer, and they work really neat. And the reason I did that is if I ever have these on hand, it's the wrong stud length, or I got one with a stud and I needed one with a threaded insert. So this way, I just print off the little knob, and it can be used either way.
How much in material does that little knob cost?
How much in material?
Yeah.
Pennies.
Paul, how long did it take you to print? I think the one I printed was 39 minutes.
Yeah, mine was right in there. Have 30 to 35 minutes probably. Yeah. And
What's
if you
your
can-
infill then? About 20% infill?
Yeah, about
Yep.
20%.
That'll speed it up.
Yeah. And
Nice.
yeah, and it works out great.
I undersized the top by 2 millimeters, and then I heat the bolt up so I can press it in.
That's
That
a good
works.
idea, because
Ooh,
to
good
keep it
idea.
in permanently, you have
Yep.
to super glue it or epoxy it or something. But that's a good idea to heat up, to make it just
Yep.
a tiny bit smaller.
Will
And
super
then-
glue stick to the plastic?
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
loves it.
Yep.
It loves
And-
it.
They
And
love
really,
each other.
and really,
They love 'em.
There's no tension on it, because when you screw if it's got a stud on it and you screw it in, it just gets tighter. And the same if it's got a nut on it. Once that nut grabs a hold of the threads.
It kind of clamps right there.
Yep.
Very Very good.
Paul, on the little statue, do you have any idea how long I thought they were saying St. Francis was a sissy?
Oh, you went there, didn't
To tell you the
you?
truth,
Oh my
to tell you
God.
the truth, I didn't even know what saint that was.
You lost me for a minute.
all I know is that it was on my in-law's grave and it was falling apart. So I went and got it and took the statue off the old housing and built a new one.
How long has it been there, Paul?
Probably 20 years.
What
So-
wood? I'm sorry I missed that because I was looking at some pictures. What wood did you use?
Cedar.
Oh yeah, that'll be around for a while.
Oh yeah, and then I put a couple coats of outside finish on it and just
it'll be
outside stain, and it'll be there long after I'm gone.
Cedar and cypress like being outside. So
Yeah.
You have a couple questions in the chat, Paul. Jeff Robinson was wondering if you could send him the file on that. And Aussie Man wants to know, can you print more than one at a time?
Sure. All you have to do is when you put them into your slicing software, like into Cura, all you do is copy and paste them and make copies, and you can print however many you fit on your bed. Just takes that much longer.
Paul, do you know if you took the original and basically scaled it up, will it scale proportionately to, say, a 3/8 inch bolt? Or have you tried that? Or do you have to specifically make one for that size or make it parametric?
As of right now, it's only set up for 1/4 inch, but I was going to do a parametric model on it so that if you wanted to increase the stud size, all you'd have to do is increase like the hole or the hex hole or something.
Parametric.
The whole thing would come
Yeah.
larger, or you could even make it smaller too.
right. Cool.
Well,
But I haven't done that yet, but that's in my plans.
I was just wondering if you actually scaled it up in Cura, for instance, if it would automatically change the size to be enough of a fit for the larger bolts. I don't know. I guess I'll try it and see. But
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
don't know.
will.
I've never tried it. Huh?
It'll go up equal, but you have to go up that proportion. Like if you want a 3/8 inch bolt, then you have to scale it up that much, or you're gonna, because you can go infinity in between 1/4 and 3/8, whatever you want. But
Right.
it'll all scale up equal. So if you want a bigger knob and a smaller stud, then
Yeah.
you have to scale it up, and then you have to fill that hole back in and put a 1/4 inch in it.
Where if you do it parametrically, then when one dimension changes, they all change.
and that's the way to do it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
And I have no freaking clue as to what you're talking about. No, I actually I do understand what you're talking about, but I didn't know that do you do that in Cura?
Yes, you can.
You can do it in Cura, or you can do it in Fusion.
Yeah. Infusion is where I know how to do it. You can actually
Yeah, me too.
like that diameter of the bolt inside. You can say, okay, diameter bolt, and then when you go draw it up, you put in diameter bolt. So if you
Right. But that's
inside,
infusion, right?
Yeah, infusion.
Right.
And if you wanted like a 1/2 inch stud, you might end up with a knob that big around, but it would be
Right.
proportional.
Right. No, I kind of get what you're saying but I didn't know Cura would. I mean, I've made things larger in Cura without any problem. Like, matter of fact, I downsized. My son, grandson is building a Spider-Man tiny wood derby car, and so he wanted a spider on it. So I took a spider from ST05 or Thingiverse, and I downsized it. I got a print in the morning, by the way, and I downsized it. So I knew Cura would downsize things, but not in the proportion as what you're talking about. To go between like a 3/8 bolts down to a 1/4 inch bolt, would it really carry the threads and everything else? So
It will to a point.
yeah, it will to a point. That's what I was thinking. It will to a point. You're better off doing it in Fusion and then bringing it over into Cura.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then you can just drop any thread you want in there real quick.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to do what I thought I was going to be able to do. I was downloading the pictures. I downloaded them all. I'm not going to have to delete them because I'm not going to be able to go back and forth to who did them. So I am hoping that the people that send them to me don't care if your email address is put out there. So, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to do is just go into Gmail and show them. So let's do one more person. And I think Dixon wanted to show his stuff. We'll go to let Dixon show that, and then we'll go and show off some of the pictures that people have sent me. So go ahead, Dixon.
Okay. One thing is the last couple of weeks, I know all about Mach 3 and all the CNC programming and G codes and that. And I want to figure out if it was cheaper to do stuff with Gerbil. So I built a small laser and built some of these wooden boxes like this.
This one.
They have the hinge. And I was engraving on them to see how it works with the engraving with a 2.5 watt laser.
Pretty cool.
And it's got a little latch on it. And
now it burned these slits in the back of that side of that?
Yes, that's laser cut slits.
Right. Okay, cool.
And that's how you make the hinge.
Right.
It flexes.
Because there's patterns out there for you can do that in the scroll saw also.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. It's amazing. I've seen that. It's amazing how you can apply this concept to so many different things. So then
that is pretty awesome. But then about doing a laser cutting through it, that's pretty doggone cool.
How many watt laser is it, Dixon?
This box here was 40 watts, and then all the engraving and the other stuff was the 2.4 watts. And then I also have a JTEC laser that I threw on my CNC, but it didn't work out the greatest the way they want you to wire it up. So I'm going to put that on that my little small. I needed a portable laser, so when somebody gives me a big slab of wood, I could actually move it around and engrave images on it with the laser, because you can't fit a certain size inside a laser box, a 40 watt. And some of the other things, it carves really good too. And I actually started using V-carve and just put a tiny bit in there to make it sound, it doesn't know that there's not a bit there. And I use my laser to do the little engravings like this.
Wow, that turned out pretty good.
And then the bigger items is stuff like this where you can burn pretty deep with the bigger laser. But I was what I'm after is doing photos like they do with the expensive lasers, and I'm trying to do it for only spending $400, and I'm pretty darn close. I got the code down for the photos, and that's what I'm working on right now. And then you guys talking about 3D printing. One of the other projects I worked on this week, and it came out, the first shot was what they call silk copper. So I had to try it out. So I made a 50 caliber bullet, and I was amazed that it is silky. It came out awesome.
It does. That looks fantastic.
And the bullet is a silver that I printed separate. But the shell in that it came out perfect. And that I did on my big TiVo little monster. Now I'm going to try it on my CR10. I'm doing some big vases in this color. Really, they're turning out really nice. And I found out with this material, I ran all my jobs that I ever ran for production parts at 210. And I found out this has to be around 220, 225 to come out really nice like this. But it turned out pretty good.
Wow. People are already asking, where do you see a pattern? I stumbled across it, and I have to look back. I was going through something a while back, and I stumbled across somebody that had done a pattern of that exact same thing for the end of the book, and they cut it out with a spiral blade on a scroll saw.
Yeah. What's really cool is you can draw this up so easy in CAD.
Yeah, it's
jogging a line every other one.
Right.
And then just copy paste it,
and they cut it out, and they had made a book just like that, and they showed that they had made it. I think the person was not in the US of A. They were off somewhere, another country or whatever, but they showed that they had done it and made that pattern. So I would have to go back and research. I don't remember if I saved that or whatever. I'd have to go back and research it. But I saw that same thing done with a spiral blade, a 3/0 spiral blade, and they cut those same little notches through there and made that thing fold over. And I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, if they're interested, I can send them that file. I mean, I share a lot of my files. I can send them just this hinge file, And you can apply that to anything and then just
Oh,
make
yeah.
bigger books, smaller books.
Yep. TJ's Woodworking Shop said, Simply Wooden Craze. Hello, boss man. How are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Okay, so let's take a break from this. Let me see if I got this set up in the background. And I hope nobody's going to get mad at me for showing. Let me see if this person's got it right first. Michelle Marcoux, you're wrong. There's only one person that's has got it right so far on what is I Spy Something Different. So I will tell you that right off the. One person said I got a haircut. Now that's old news. I had a haircut 2 or 3 weeks ago, so that's old news. So
He had his hair spiked.
Yeah, I didn't intend it that way, but that's the way it dang sure turned out. All right, so let's go through here and see. Here, let me get rid of this.
All that gel in his hair.
And I can say if I share screen. I hope people don't get upset with me. I'm going to be showing her email address probably, so hope you're not upset with that. So, but let's go through and see the pictures that people have sent in to me. I downloaded them, but if I go through and show them, I don't know who did it. And I thought I could do it that way. Then I could put this over here and the other, but then I can't watch. So it's just not going to work. This is, we're going to have to do it. So we're going to screen share. Share. I'm going to dip down. And here we are. And I will go back down here to, I think, Gary. Saturday Show Pics. Bill Buckley. These are the first ones that were sent. So.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that cool? That is a screw, a large, and a screwdriver.
Not without a screw.
That is about as cool as you can get, right?
It is really neat.
Yeah, it is.
I bet Paul Jackman's taking notes right now. He's like,
yeah. And here's some more stuff he did. I'm not quite sure if these are spindles or just wavy forms that he did. Oh, that's awesome. That's really nice in that frame.
That's
a cabinet door.
That's a cabinet door.
That's a cabinet door.
Speaking
Oh, it is. I just saw the knob. As soon as y'all said that, I saw the knob at the bottom.
Nice.
Russ, you might want to lock the screen on yourself if you're not doing that already.
I don't know if I did that or not.
No.
Okay, so hold on. Oh, you bring up so many things for me to do.
I'm trying to make the show better.
I know you are, but still, it's like
he's just trying to be helpful.
So let's try this again. Let's go
Russ
back.
Ossie said that's his kitchen door.
That's
So
his
those are all
kitchen
awesome.
door.
Yeah.
Okay.
His kitchen door. Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Well, yeah. When I first saw it, I thought he had framed in this thing, but now as soon as y'all said that's a door, and then I seen the knob down here.
Ah,
sure. It's just the top part of the door.
Yeah, isn't that
Nice.
awesome? My wife would kick my butt if I did our doors like that.
no, she would.
Yeah, she would.
No, she wouldn't, Russ.
And now I have no idea what this is. This is some
I don't
kind
know,
of
but
helix
it's
coil
awesome.
that he has done. Oh my God, that is beautiful. I would say that it's in two pieces, that he did the outside and did the inside and slid it down into each other. I would assume.
Looks like it's a double helix.
That's what it
Yes,
looks
a
like.
double helix. Well, if he's out there, he can explain it to us.
I'm looking.
More beautiful, isn't that? Some amazing stuff. Look at these pins.
Oh my
It's a
God.
triple
Oh my
spiral,
gosh.
he says.
A triple spiral.
Yeah.
Look at these pins. Aren't those beautiful? And I'm assuming those are the boxes to go with the pins.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, dude,
Wow.
man.
Man, you do some good work.
Yeah, you do. This is
Said it's
Aussie
a
man.
pedestal, too.
And he said that triple helix is a plant pedestal, or the
Pedestal.
triple spiral is a plant pedestal.
Look at this.
Huh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This guy's off the chain. I want to tell you.
That looks like a Mickey Mouse bolt.
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
hippie Mickey.
Isn't it amazing when you see people that they send this stuff in and we go through these photos and you sit there and you're amazed at you sit and look at your little humble work that you do at home and see what they do.
It makes you want to sell all your tools.
Yeah.
You can have my spot on
Look
the chair tonight,
Look
by
at,
God.
look at this on the record now. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
He is multi-talented. He's not just into one thing. He's into a bunch of different stuff. Look at that. Now that is about the coolest mailbox I've ever seen.
It's adjustable for the snow.
Exactly. For the height of whoever is
Aussie said that bolt is about 2 feet long. With
Wow.
a wing nut on it.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. And so let's
Sounds like looks like you might have another guest in the making.
Oh, I would love to have him on his. I don't know if his internet can. Saturday Night Show Pics Aussie Man. So this is Gary Lucas.
Wow, that's cool.
I think that's a Charles Hand pattern.
Wow, that's pretty too.
Isn't it? Isn't that just outright just gorgeous?
How
God
many layers?
said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
Is there 7 layers, one for each day?
I don't know how many layers are.
Boy, it almost looks like at least 7.
Yeah.
There's at least 7 there.
Yeah.
Just absolutely gorgeous.
And I take that's interlocking.
Yep. See, you can see here.
Yep.
One will lock into the other. Yep. That's interlocking. Beautiful.
Uno.
What time is it? It's time to scroll.
Yeah.
I like that clock.
Nice atomic clock. Hey, there's a way to blend technology with woodworking right there. An atomic clock with scroll saw.
There you go.
Nice.
We should do this. I've said this before. We got to do this more often because I just love going through these pics. I think this is back with Gary Lucas. Here. Let me go back.
That's nice.
No, Mike Pickett. He's a pen maker and a woodworker. Yeah, look at that's a wedding. That's like I won't say a wedding ring, but that's a ring.
Yes.
Look at that.
The outside's gorgeous, but even look at the inside. It's sculpted.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Attention
I
to
got
detail.
into
Love it.
a binge thing where I was watching these ring guys for a little bit, and to do the ring on the lathe and then make the groove in the top of it, and then they pack it with like crushed opal and stuff like that and CA glue, and then you have to go through and run it through the lathe again and peel it off. It's really hard to do, especially to make it look that nice.
So that is Mike Pickett.
Very good, Mike. Love it.
Rusty. Home Sweet Home, established. What is that?
1997. That's something that the wife wanted to make when we redid the house, and it's still not finished yet. I still haven't glued the words on. She actually wanted me to leave the backing wood, and there's a story about that. I went to my local cabinet store, hardwood place, and I went in looking for some mahogany because you wanted some darker wood, and I ended up coming out, and I'm not sure how to say this, but it's is it sapele or sapele or
sapele?
Sapele is what I thought it was.
Sapele, yeah.
I ended up coming out with some of that, and so I said, well, this will be when I put the clear on this. This is going to be a little bit redder than what I think, but it's going to be a good looking wood. And she didn't want me to scroll it out. she wanted me to scroll the words and have them sitting proud on top of the wood.
I agree. That looks great. Yeah.
I didn't like it. I still don't like it, but she does.
I like it.
And yeah, so I have to glue them on, and they're gonna go above the new TV that we got when you come into the living room of the house. That's right where that. It's about 42 inches long.
My wife.
That's what she wants. So.
My wife is an ivy freak, and she wants to put ivy on our cabinet doors, and I'm going to end up scrolling something with ivy on it and then gluing them to the front of the cabinet doors. There was something I wanted to say, and I forgot what. Aussie Man Cool Clock. I forgot what it was, so we'll just go on. I'm like that. We already did this one, didn't we? Gary Lucas. Yep. How did I fall that far back down? It was James. But this is James Parker.
Look at there.
His scroll saw work. Isn't that pretty?
Oh yeah.
The carriages in the back and that little sled. That is just beautiful. And then the other stuff. Oh, yeah. Now, you have to realize this is like 1/8 inch thick wood that he's working with. And I got to tell you, if you scroll on a scroll saw, that 1/8 inch wood is really,
it cuts quick.
Yeah. You have to really take your time, slow the speed down, do a small blade, get everything right to do what he has done here.
See, that's the thing. I hadn't scrolled in a while, and when I went out there to cut those letters, I said, "My God, I kind of forgot how to do it a little bit. It's been a while." So I know that's tough.
Beautiful. And look, I guess that's a quarter he has in reference to this.
Oh, it's a dollar coin.
Dollar.
But wow, that's nice. I typically make smaller items, so I really like this.
Yeah, James is good. James has made some stuff and gave it to me, and I was just like, oh, I know what I wanted to say. What's wrong with this picture? I have 42 people watching at this moment. It was at 57 a little while ago, and I only got 28 thumbs up. Come on, guys.
Slackers.
So we can do better than that. Come on. Would you please just, everybody that's watching, those other 20-something people, flick that little thumbs up for me, if you wouldn't mind. I would appreciate it.
I gave you a finger before we went live.
I'm not worried about what you give me. Jim Bashir's.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Well, those are a couple of planters I built about 3 years ago.
Cool.
One of the first things when I started.
What are they made of?
Cedar. They're actually fence pickets. But when I started getting back and I was watching Steve Ramsey a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start making things again. And, I hadn't made anything for years. And these are one of the first things I got back into it, started making. Then I met all the yahoos on, I like to make stuff and that kind of thing. Yeah, that thing's still outside on the porch. It's a little weathered, but that's a Steve Ramsey thing too.
Yeah, that looks like one of the Steve Ramseys. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Nice.
And those are those trumpet lamps.
My trumpet lamps. Yep.
Those are so.
I just made those last month.
Now, where'd you get the lamp shades?
My wife just bought them at. I think we were at like Lowe's or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I was just curious.
Yep.
Where did you get the trumpets?
My brother-in-law died last year, and he was a band director for 30 years, and these were the two most beat up ones that he had. One of them was from when he was a little kid.
Wow.
And the other one was just another cornet he had, but those were the two that we couldn't get fixed and resell for the estate sale. So we just took those things and I made those lamps for his kids.
Is this a child's picnic table?
Yep, that's a child-sized picnic table. So me and my grandson built that. And that is, man, there's a guy out in California that had a YouTube channel for a little while. He's not real active on it now, but I just can't remember his name, but we built that. That's out in the backyard now too, and it's still holding up pretty well.
Jim Brown. Oh, wow. That is an elephant.
Yes.
Very pretty elephant. Oh, I'm able to scale in on this one. Look at this
Intricate
thing.
too. Wow.
Wow.
Yes. It's okay.
Who is this?
Jim Brown, I think his name was. I believe I said it right. Hold on. You're going to make me go back.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, Jim Brown. You actually read that right. I was going to say, surely you didn't mispronounce
All right.
that
So here's the problem I have with this. And I hope you understand this, that I'm not disrespecting the person that made the pattern or him. But you have to, if you get in on it kind of close, you have to look at it for a second because it's so busy.
Yep.
There's so many things going on there that your eye, it takes you a few seconds for your eyes. He did let me tell you, the pattern's beautiful. He did a beautiful job cutting it. It's just like sometimes these patterns, to me, I really don't like them because of the fact they're too busy.
It won first place.
Because you had a hard time figuring things out.
Yeah,
Right,
I think if they had cut out some of the stuff and put not so much in there, it would be hard or better to see and define as to what it is.
I
And
wonder if you look at it from across the room, it probably is crystal
you
clear.
got to get farther out like this, and then it looks a little bit better. But
Is it
For me to start something like that, I'd have to smoke something first.
but and I hope people are not taking this wrong. Whoever the pattern maker is, I hope they don't sit there and, well, he's a butthole because of what he just said. And the person that cut it says, don't say the same thing. It's beautiful work. It's a beautiful pattern.
And it's got a first place ribbon on it.
These type of patterns a little too busy.
Mr. Brown, pay no attention to this, man. Nobody else does.
Hey, you won that blue ribbon, and you deserve every bit of it, buddy.
I bet, he gonna want a blue ribbon, so I should shut my mouth and move
Yeah,
on.
you should.
Yep, I just
It's
shut
way
my mouth
different.
and move on.
You stick that ribbon right in the camera, like that, and just shake it.
It's
Go,
fantastic.
Blue ribbon.
It's engineering blue. I love it.
Be quiet just for 1 second. Jim, that was awesome. It was fantastic. You did a great job, and I see why you got the blue ribbon. You know,
Mr. Brown, if you're coming to Atlanta, bring that ribbon with you, and we'll have you put it somewhere.
yeah,
Pin it like right here.
Hey, what's going on out here? 47 people watching, and we still only got 29 thumbs up.
That's
Look
because
at all
you pick people's stuff apart.
What?
You got 2 thumbs down though.
Look at all.
Well, I know who the buttholes are that puts those down. CD.
I'm only going to put a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's 3 now.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, CD and DG. They're the ones that put the thumbs down. Paul Corliss.
Paul did it too?
Yep. You know, he sent this one, and this is the one that he sent in.
Yeah, that's the one I just showed you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he showed us. He showed us
That's
this, and he said, "You don't have to show the picture, but I want to show the picture."
The Spike to Jesus project.
But the worst part is on the which that's a Catholic icon or saint. The worst part was that for years I thought they were saying, "Oh, Hail Mary."
Hail Mary?
Man, Katie, you're just gonna like
Oh,
run those
wow.
thumbs down up, aren't you?
Now that is gorgeous, right there. Wow.
That's nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
it is.
That's a lot
Does
of
it
work.
have kind of like a psychedelic blue and red pattern in the back?
I know it's like I don't know how they got. Is it the backer that is producing that look, or
I think it's the shadows. I think it's a blue background, but it's got some shadows with the lighting.
yeah? Either way, it looks it's damn good,
That's a
Who did
lot.
that one, Russ?
huh?
Who did that one?
Tropical flowers.
I like
No,
how the
who?
line weights are the
No,
same
God,
weight.
that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Well, let me see.
This
I can't. Oh, Dan.
Dan Inge.
Okay, Dan Inglewood. Oh, okay, well, I had to hold my mouse over it. Dan Inge from Dan Inge Woodworking. Dan, you did that? Oh my God! I didn't know you had it in you. Jeez,
Your team scroll saw.
I'm gonna take everything. I'm gonna take everything I ever said bad about you back.
Well, why don't you take back what you said about Mr. Brown?
Yeah.
He's speechless, Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, he's even got little eyes in this flower up here at this point. I'm sure it was the pattern he chose, but anyway, that's beautiful, Dan. That's absolutely beautiful.
So Dan, before he moves on, you've got to explain that disc golf
I
name
don't
that
think
you're
he's out
using.
there in the chat.
Oh, I thought I saw him.
This
Oh,
guy,
Did I not see him?
We'll if he pops up, I'll go back.
You know what? Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
If he pops up, I'll go back. I didn't realize I could hang my thing. Oh,
I didn't realize you could hang
oh, these
anything
are
up there.
cool.
That alone.
I'm not sure what these are.
Murphy.
Yeah,
They look
Murphy,
like
I got
signs
that
to me.
1116 signs.
You know what's really cool about this one right here is how he made all of those different handwriting styles on the same thing and came up with all those different names.
I wonder if he got the signatures and then he digitized it.
Well, that's
Oh,
what
you know, that could be.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
right.
thinking.
Yeah.
Let me
Or
go
they actually
back to
signed
the
it.
his mail. Nope, it doesn't have anything to explain this.
Just Bubba Hogue.
Now that looks like a laser,
Yeah.
and this looks like laser. So, but that's such a personal handwriting. I'm wondering what they're saying is the same thing as he got them to sign this, took a photograph of it, and then digitized
That's
it.
what it looks like.
Yeah, but in the chat says it's a wedding guest sign-in board.
Okay.
So they all signed it after. Yeah, gotcha.
Actually,
Yeah,
it's
it
Bubba that
looks like-
actually made
So
it.
you, Bubba, you burnt in the 11/16/18 Murphy, and they come back and signed it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense too.
That's fantastic. That's a beautiful. What kind of wood is that? That's walnut. Looks a little light to be
They're
walnut.
awfully light. What the hell do I know?
Bubba, what kind of wood is that?
Carved with a CNC.
Yeah, it looks like it's V carved.
It's oak.
Oh,
That's actually oak.
it's
it
oak
looks
for the
like-
win.
Oak.
It looks like it's V carved, and the black is V carved because you put a clear coat on it. They V carved it, sprayed
Yeah.
it black, and then sanded it down to sign.
Yeah, wow. That's
Nice.
that's nice. Very nice. We're not going to show that one. I spy something different picture.
And give it away.
Okay, welcome. We have to look at it this way because of the way the
Okay, everybody, get that way.
picture was sent in, but that's a beautiful welcome sign. That took a lot of work
Ready?
to set all that out.
Looks
Yeah.
great.
I don't know if I double click on this. Oh yeah, it will.
This way.
But it won't let me rotate it.
You can't right click and rotate.
No,
No,
I'm
not
right
in
clicking.
preview of Gmail.
Yeah. I'm right clicking. But that's beautiful.
Good job.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of nice work right there. Lot of nice work. Somebody is really good at the scroll saw. Paul.
Linda Robinson is the name on it.
All these other are I spy something different. Hold on. Who was the last one that I did?
Linda Robinson was the last one you did. You got one about
All right, so this one. Okay, there's nothing there.
and then go up one. There's
Oh,
a one.
here we go. Well, I think I did. It was
He sent two.
yeah, but I'm just saying, James. I clicked on that, and there's nothing there.
Oh, okay.
And then,
And then Glenn Young sent
yep,
two.
that one.
Yeah, Glenn's got a couple there.
Oh, that's nice.
Weather
Now,
vane.
Now, is that scrolled? Or what is that?
Whose is it?
Glenn Young. Don't
Glenn.
know the name.
That looks like it would go up on top of a roof, you know, with I don't know.
No, that's a wall plaque.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's a wall. That won't go on top of a
It
roof.
looks like a garage door, so it's big.
Yeah, that's pretty good size. So, Glenn, if you're out there, can you tell us what this is made out? Is this metal or scrolled or
scrolled metal?
Can you scroll in at all into it, Russ? Can you zoom in?
Large. Zoom in.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's the second one.
It looks like it's made out of wood.
Yeah,
It's a wall plaque.
Yeah, it does.
It's a wall plaque that's 4 feet tall.
A wall plaque that votes Young. There he is. Wall plaque that's 4 feet tall. That's pretty.
It is. It is.
Well, you got some talented people that watch your show, Russ.
Oh, I know.
How'd I end up on here?
You keep Russ straight.
I wish the people on my show was this talented.
I know.
He scrolled it with an extra table on a 3/4 inch pine.
Oh, look at this.
We don't have the talent, but we're just so darn good looking.
United States
Some of us are just really sparkly and
veteran. Look at that. That's pretty. I love how he put the flag behind it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. Some nice work there for scrolling.
Yeah. Real nice placement of the.
That looks like
right at the corner of the stars.
Very nice work, dude.
Red oak, right?
Looks like it.
Oak wood. It just says oak wood.
Yeah, it looks like red oak. From here.
Yeah, I would say it's probably red oak.
How come Boat Young says not pine, Baltic birch? I guess on his, huh? Yeah, I guess that was the last comment.
Yeah, the last one. I think the last. This one actually says in the.
Yeah, I love oak. I love oak.
In the email that this is 16-inch diameter oak wood.
Yeah.
Recycled flag from the U.S. Army base here locally. So that is actually a flag that he has behind there.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
I love it. Yes, red oak. I win.
That's going to look a lot like Russ's squirrel.
Kim McCrory sent this in. Oh, wow. Again, that's nice.
It is.
Yeah. Lot of fancy little scrolling right there, buddy.
Hey, Ken, is that a Holtz Brothers pattern?
A lot of nice fancy stuff there. I mean, you can look at these little pieces right through here. Those are small.
Yeah.
Keep them from breaking. Even some of these curves on the outer side. Yeah.
That is nice.
Beautiful, beautiful work. Okay. And that's the last one we have there. So I can stop sharing.
Cool. Take the target off
back
yourself.
here.
Yeah. Russ, I have a question.
Yes.
Did you ever, when you scroll and you're doing intricate work like that, did you ever put like a layer of tape on top and then the pattern so it would hold it together while you scroll if you get real small parts?
Nah, I just glue it. I just glue the pattern on. A couple of things that you will learn real quick that make it cutting small stuff and intricate stuff better is, first off, you definitely have to slow the scroll saw speed down. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. I usually brag about I use mine wide open most all the time, but there's a few times when you do. The second thing is you need a zero clearance plate over that hole in the scroll saw. It can be made tons of different ways. You can take a piece of plastic, like the part of a milk jug, and cut that part out that's square and poke a hole in it, put the blade through it, and then run some packing tape around and use that. You can a simple piece of packing tape or a couple pieces of packing tape over that hole
Yeah, I've done that on bandsaws. Any insert would work.
Did you see that?
What happens is that hole, when you're cutting those little intricate pieces, that hole's here and that piece comes along, and it as that blade wants to go through it, it's not reaching the other side yet, and it's so thin that it's wobbling and going to end up snapping.
Flexing.
It's the piece is flexing because the blades, this is the piece of wood, the hole's over here, and it's flexing before it can get to that hole, and it'll just snap right off.
Did you see that video Steve Good had on, like within the last week or two? It had like a big magnetic mat.
Yeah.
Hey, Russ, Jeff Robinson says you didn't show his, and you emailed it, and in the subject it says picture.
Well,
yeah, go back and look.
And all of a sudden, our thumbs down went to 3.
Wait, I'll
Did
help.
you send it to contest at Simply Wooden Creation?
Yeah, I saw one that said picture.
Hey, old Cranky Workshop's out there. Chris is out there.
Uh-oh.
What's he doing out
Hi,
there?
Chris.
Well, let's put it this way. All right.
I'll send him a link.
No. Send him a link, yes, but I want I don't miss. I mean, I'm
Hey,
not
Jeff,
missing.
hey, Jeff, where did you send it to? Did you send
that's what I want to know first, but here, let's go through. I'm sharing my this is the first email, second.
Well, no, the one Linda Robinson said.
What
picture.
was his name?
Jeff Robinson.
Yeah, but
Look
what
under Linda Robinson.
Okay, I can have Jeff Robinson, but my email be I'm a pretty puppy.
Oh.
So what was his email?
Is Linda Robinson him?
I'm
Is
a
it
pretty
sent under a
puppy.
different account?
Well, I don't
Linda's
even
his wife.
I don't even see a Linda Robinson.
It's the
Yeah,
fourth from the
Oh, yeah,
top.
it's up
You
there.
would if you could read.
7th
Yeah,
from the top. 8th
Linda's
from
on
the
top.
top. Down,
Linda
down.
Robinson
Right there.
on top.
They're all in cap.
Okay. That's
Oh,
the one we
we
already
showed
showed
it.
that one.
Okay. I just
We showed that
thought,
one.
thought maybe
That-
that was his. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we showed that one.
Okay.
Jeff, I don't know if is this yours? Because we already showed that one. So I don't know which one.
Chris, you don't want to know what the drinking word is today. Contest at Simply. Let's see. Let's show what he printed or what he put in. Contest.
Okay. What was it? I know, but all right. Here's everything that has come in today in my email.
Look in your junk email.
You know, he could send it again.
Yeah, send it again. I'm sitting right here. Sunday Pics, George Lucas.
George Lucas sent you one? Oh, that's
yeah.
Gary.
Gary Lucas,
I
I'm
thought
sorry.
he was going to have like an ET scrolled thing.
Okay, so
It'd be kinda
Saturday
cool.
Pics. I mean, y'all go through them. Am I missing him somewhere?
That's my wife's. Jeff says.
Oh. Does your wife scroll too? That's kind of cool.
So I don't know. It's like
I don't
it's
see it up
hard.
there.
I don't either. So it's like I don't know what to tell you. I didn't get it. Let me check my spam folder. I don't even have a spam folder. I don't even use this enough to have a spam
I
folder.
bet you got one there somewhere. Let's see.
It's under
spam.
Spam.
I got one from Dennis Godson.
Spam. Wonderful spam.
I just bought some spam.
When did this come in? 7 minutes ago. You see that one went into spam.
Click.
Spam, spam.
Let's look at his. Oh, isn't that cool?
Oh,
Nice.
that's nice.
Oh, that's pretty.
Wow, that's pretty. Zoom in on here.
Jeff Robinson said his wife says it's under Bubba.
Well, we showed one that was under Bubba.
Yeah. Jeff, tell your wife she's got a pretty weird name. Bubba's not typically something you hear
well,
from
my
a girl.
point is Jeff, are you just now tuning in and missed the first half of the show? Because
Yeah, because I thought I remembered about that.
yeah, I'm like, we can't be responsible for going back just because you're here right now. And
Bubba Hogue. Do you see that up there?
Yeah, that's what we're
A little bit higher.
yeah, this.
There's one photo and
Oh, no, there's nothing there.
Ah,
It
that
says
was the guest signing board.
guest signing board for a
but yeah,
wedding.
but then after that they sent another one that had that signing board on it. See,
Right. And we showed it.
yeah,
Mhm.
that was awesome. Well
This
worth the
one.
click.
You
Yep,
covered
there
it.
you go.
So how can you say, if that's yours, how can you say I'm not showing your stuff?
No, he was saying something about it being on Baltic Birch. That's what I don't know.
I do too, Dan. I love it too. Spam, 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 spam.
Okay, so I'm confused. So I don't know where to go with this. I don't want to leave somebody out, but in the same aspect, I have no ideas to. Here's one that just came in, pictures. This one just came in.
Now, who sent those in?
If you hadn't
It's
asked,
got the same icon as Jeff Robinson. That's his icon.
Jeff
Oh,
Robinson.
there we go.
And that's Jeff Robinson.
What's TOB stand for, Jeff?
I wonder if it's the first three letters of Toby. Tobe.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah,
You're in a
that's
wiener dog.
one of the a puzzle type.
Dixie? Doxy? Doxy.
Dachshund.
Doxy.
Doxy.
Yeah.
Like dachshund dog.
Yeah.
But
Lane.
I don't know.
I don't know what those are.
It looks like a corkscrew deal.
For
That's
wine
right.
bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're threaded.
Threads
Oh,
in it
okay, yeah.
to pull
Okay.
a corkscrew off.
Kid's toy. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Twin Oaks Baptist Church is TOBC.
That's
Okay.
it.
Ah,
JESUS. Oh, ice cream scoop. I love ice cream.
Yes.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Well, if we
Eating
got a
ice cream.
scoop for you.
Oh Lord, we got more coming in.
That might
we
be
go.
the second one he sent because you said to send it twice.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same stuff.
Jeff
Already
said
got
those
that.
are actually Moxon Vice handles.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because the threads.
Yep.
All right. So, can we?
Cool.
Woo.
Remember to take the target off yourself, Russ. Take the target.
Yeah. Can we stop sharing at this point?
There we go.
We can see you.
We see you.
Cool. All right. So,
And we're back.
a lot of nice stuff. A lot of
Oh,
nice
yeah.
stuff. All right. So, anybody else on the panel got anything they want to show?
Got a
Some stuff.
lined up.
All right. Well, out here, what I'll do, I know we'll start with left to right, and I'll skip the ones that are already done it. Brenda, you got anything you want to show?
Yeah, I got a couple things here. I'm doing a custom order for someone near and dear to us. He asked me about a scarf he had seen on Doctor Who,
Ooh, yeah.
and he wanted it made into an Afghan. So I have been working on this. It's not finished, but to give you an idea,
Yeah.
it has all these color changes in it.
Wow.
And it's going to be 4 foot by 6 foot when I'm finished with it.
Holy
That's a chunk of, yeah.
Nice.
You are charging this person high dollar, aren't you?
Well, he's getting a bargain. Let's put it this way. He is getting a bargain.
I'm very
That's
happy
no
with
fair.
it.
I think you should charge him time and a half.
But there's going to be a lot of color changes in this blanket.
How many different changes are there, Brenda? Like 15?
7 colors.
I think that it's like 48 changes. There's 7
49.
colors in it. And no, I mean, it's got like different sizes of stripes all over it.
Yeah.
You know, like one might be 1 stripe and another one's 2 and another one's 3, you know, and they're all rotated.
It's only
1, there's 3, there's 1, there's 5, 2, 7.
It's only 7 colors?
It's 7 colors in it.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're hard to match. It's very difficult colors to match.
Brenda,
So-
I don't think whoever hired you would mind if you said who they were.
Oh, well, they wouldn't. Well,
Hey, let me just 1 second. Let me get a little mental fill here. Al Forte.
nope, it's not out. Nope. Nope.
You better be charged. Now that we know, you better be charging $10 every time you got to do
Yeah.
a setup.
The only other person that I know that would do it is Matt Haas.
The only other Star Trek officer in here.
Guilty. Brenda's muted. Yes, it's me.
Yes.
Brenda
I end up there. We go. Yes, it is Matt. He asked me if I could come up with something. And I said, "Well, of course I can." Huh?
Remember, Brenda's crafty. Isn't that your slogan?
That's my
I'll
slogan.
do something for me too for my wife for Valentine's Day.
Well, it's a little short notice for Valentine's Day for me to do anything for anybody right now. But there's another Valentine's Day that comes up next year, and there's a Sweetest Day that
Oh,
comes
you
up.
couldn't make
October.
something real small, like a little small heart pillow crocheted out of for Valentine's Day?
Well, I probably could do something really small, but I mean,
Well,
it could.
no, I'm not talking about really huge. I'm talking about something like a 6 or 8 inch little heart-shaped Valentine's picture, a Valentine pillow crocheted.
Not
Oh, yeah.
before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, for
Well,
Valentine's Day.
I could if I get started on it right away.
Well,
you know.
well, let me know.
Because the problem is getting it to you. It'd have to be overnighted, I'm sure.
What is today?
Use
Today's
FedEx.
night.
He loves FedEx.
Today's 9.
Rush order. Rush order.
FedEx to him overnight.
Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was
3 days of production, and then
No, I'm lost in time here. I was thinking it was
You got to triple the price for a rush order.
That's right. That's right. We're getting awful
All right.
close to Valentine's Day.
forget I even said anything.
And $25
But-
more for FedEx.
I do have a wood piece. Now, this is not complete. This isn't a work in progress. But if I can get the camera to pick up on us here, this is a
Oh, beautiful.
horse
Wow.
head.
Yeah.
And it's got some conchos and things that I've carved into that.
Yeah, that's
And
beautiful.
I still have a lot of shaping and stuff to do on that yet, but
Very
got
pretty.
the background stippled, and I've been working on this for a long time. This is a labor of love that I'm working on, but it's
That
on
would
the
look like my
slab.
mare if her tongue was going. hanging out.
Very pretty.
But that's the ones that I got in here. I've got projects all over this house that I'm working on.
Great. Jim? You got anything?
Well, hang on, let me make sure I'm not muted. Yeah. I was actually, you showed off what I had, but I was actually looking through my wife's quilt stuff. She does quilts, and let me see if I
We
can
don't want to
share
see
this.
your wife's quilt stuff. I'm just teasing.
Yes, we do. You,
Hey, Berkey is
pay no
starting to
attention.
now.
Pay no attention to
Yeah, I think I'm going to lose my wife to Berkey's channel. Hang on a minute. I got to remember how to do this screen share. Okay, screen sharing. And so this is something she made out of her brother's ties.
Oh, that's cool.
And one of the trips they took was to Disney with the band, so she did that. Here's that whole tie quilt that she made.
Oh, wow. That's
She's
nice.
really good with this, and she's got one hanging up.
And
in
those
front
are
of me.
pieces of ties put together.
Yeah, they were all Paul's ties, and she cut it up. And
Oh,
this is
man.
gonna go
That
to her
is like
son.
awesome.
Yeah, let me see what else she's got here. So that's one of the quilts she made.
Wow.
And let me see. Yeah, but that's kind of what she does for a living now.
Cool.
So, yeah, but she's got, oh, here's one right here. This was her niece's t-shirt quilt. So she'll do those too. People send her in t-shirts and old jerseys and stuff like that from when they were in school, and she makes memory
quilt
quilts
out of
for
them.
'em.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah. She's
That's
good at
pretty
it.
awesome.
She got more tools next in the other room over there than I do. So that's kind of mine.
Katie,
What?
do you have anything?
No.
Matthew?
Sure do.
Yeah.
So I will.
Oh God, I should have known better to ask him. We'll be here all night.
And you'll like it. And
well, why you're going to keep them entertained? I'm going to take a little break. So.
Yeah, you might get some thumbs up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You might get some. I might get some thumbs. Yeah. I'm still not matching how many people.
there, you got 35 now.
Yeah, I'm only got 30. No, I got 37, 38, 39. Only got 34.
Never mind
That
that.
47 a while ago. Where did all y'all guys go at? Come on.
There's a thumbs down. So you
Go ahead, Matt.
Alrighty. Well, I'm screen sharing my Pac-Man cutting board. I made the one on the left of Pac-Man, and James Wright from Wood by Wright made the Ghost.
Cool.
And we both made 2 of them and then shipped each other the second one. So I have his and he has mine, and we both have the pair. Thought that was fun. I'm very 8-bit video game focused. These are the what Pac-Man eats in the center, Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. And if you look behind me, I have those hanging up on my little printer in the background. And then let's see what else we got. This is a another video game inspired piece. It's 3 layers of vinyl, and as you walk around it, you'll notice the javelin's the highest layer, and the ostrich is on the most far away from the camera. The One-Eyed Woody, the channel One-Eyed Woody, he came up with this design, and I asked him if I could make my own version. He said, yep. So that's a nice little ornament there. This was my my challenge for Russ's contest, the whirligig. So this is Mario, and he swings the hammer as the fins catch the wind. And I think that's cute because that's how Mario started. He was swinging the hammer on Donkey Kong. It's my most epic ones where I dance and sing in the shop. It's not really woodworking related. And I guess maybe I don't want to go on too long. This is one of my top 5 best performing videos. I made this very accurate router table, and I love it. It's very large, and it's just, it has everything you need. So that's my inexpensive router table. That's
And Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you make that router table to make the table? It was like
yes. Yes, I did. The desk that I'm on, that I'm using now, I used that router table to route the almost 1-inch roundover that I have, you know, for the where my elbows touch. So that was a lot of fun, a lot of awesome wood things, and I have 2 Nintendo-based projects in the works. So keep an eye on Awesome Wood Things, because there's going to be some more cool stuff hitting the channel here soon.
All right, we're actually going.
Yeah, we're 25 after 9.
Yeah. So, Al.
All right, real quick, since we're talking about tables, it seems like I've been doing a lot of tables. I did a. Oh wait, I guess I could share my screen. I did a folding picnic table a while back, and then an upcycled. If I can find this, upcycled picnic table also, and forgot how to share. There it is. But my latest table that I'm making, a friend of mine wanted me or commissioned me to make a table for a TV, and they're going to play Dungeons and Dragons on it, and the table's going to sit. I guess my screen shared, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw Paul over there. But anyway, the table's going to have a TV built into it, and so the first thing I did, and I used I was using Fusion to make the table, and actually that's the table right there. I had some problems with it, and that's not really the right design. So I'll definitely have to come back and fix it. But basically, the table will have a hole in the top for the TV, and then an area around where people could put stuff. It's 48 inches wide, which is, the width of a plywood, and I think it's going to be about 60 inches long. I got the TV and started basically framing it. So I'm using the back of the TV where the TV mount would go, and that will basically hold it. I got it encased all the way around. Then I went ahead, and there's a top view of it. And I went ahead and cut out a little piece over here because that's where it turns on and off. This is actually my computer display because we wanted to make sure the TV worked. We hadn't checked it or anything. And I was building around it. So then I went off and I got some 4x4s and some 2x4s, and I started building the side legs. It's going to be basically 3 pieces, the 2 sides, and then the top. And well, 4 pieces if you count the actual top that I don't have yet. But built it, put some braces on it. So basically, the 2 sides will come apart, and then this piece. Well, these 2 sides and these 2 sides come apart. Basically, the 2 2x4s will come apart. But once I got the TV in, then this whole piece comes off, and it'll be the 2 sides. And that's if it needs to be moved into somewhere where it needs to be taken apart. But it can be moved without being taken apart, obviously. Oh, wait, and there's Bella. She's always helping me in the shop. But anyway, I'll have to how do
puppy.
I get back off of here?
Once I go into the back of the TV.
Yeah, she's always helping out in the shop. Where's
that table is super nice.
Cute.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's sturdy. That's for sure. Let's see. Am I still sharing?
No,
Nope.
you're good.
No, we got you back.
Okay. All right.
Paul, you already showed yours. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we've had a couple people out in the chat want to see what you've got to show.
Yeah, I've got some. I'm kind of like a little preponderance. This guy Art Day out there, thumb down for the one smoker you have on the panel. There ain't none of us on the panel smoking. So
I do the vapey thing, and he
the
can bite
vaping
my
thing.
ass.
Well, Art, if bless your heart, if that's all you can do today, but give me a thumbs down because she's sitting over there vaping.
Thumbs down's just as good as a thumbs
Yeah,
up as far as the algorithm's
bless
concerned.
your heart because you sure aren't hurting my feelings any. Let's put it that way. So
hello, Tim Guba out there too.
I just thought it was like, yeah, bless your heart. I just thought that was just like,
What do you have to show, Russ?
Vape at them, Katie.
I'm vaping.
What
You coming to Atlanta? I'll be there.
I've been working on this little this is a scroll saw project.
CNC project.
No, this was a scroll saw project originally, and I turned it into a pattern for onto the just CNC. I want to see how it worked. But some of the problems I was having is some of these places that are kind of deep in there. I don't like the way they look. They're a little too deep. Yeah, you don't get the detail that should be. Like it's cutting off this line that's coming up here. And so I looked at it and I tried 2 or 3 different things on it. And I ultimately realized that it's not the CNC's fault. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Is if you go back and look at the pattern, these lines that come around in those areas that are real deep are broad lines, thick lines compared to the lines that go up around the fingers and stuff. They're real skinny lines. So what the CNC is doing, it's determining that the wider the line or the wider the space is between the lines, if you get what I'm saying, the deeper the bit goes. That's the way it interprets things. So and I tried doing various depth and it still didn't look real good. So what I finally kind of knew this, but I wanted to play around to see if I could make a difference. What I've ended up having to do is go in and just make the line skinnier in these areas to close off that gap. Now I went in there and changed the pattern as far as making all these lines skinnier. I still had the wider areas for the scroll saw part, but I made the line skinnier for the CNC part, and I redid the G code, and I'm ready to run one to see how this give us this day works great. Most of the stuff in the upper part of the hand, it looks great. It's just these wider areas, and like I said, it sees the wide gaps or the wide spaces, and the bit goes deeper.
You're using a V bit, right, Russ?
Yeah, V carve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you that's in V from V carve, right?
Yeah,
When
V
you made
carve.
it, transferred the image. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's all it is, but it's not as crisp and clear as I wanted it to be. So I did a run, made some changes in the V carb as far as how to run it, and then run it again. I still wasn't satisfied, and that's when I kind of knew this in the back of my head. It's just one of those things. I wanted to see if I could change the depths and stuff in it to make it a little bit better, and it was better. Don't get me wrong. It just wasn't as good as what I wanted it to be. So now I've realized, without a shadow of a doubt, I just need to go back and if you want stuff to be deep, you widen the lines. If you want the stuff to be narrow, you narrow the lines. That's plain and simple. That's how it works. And the other one that I did is my cutting board. So
That's nice. That is nice.
The diagonals, how are those done? I mean,
this is it's not really diagonals. It's this is mahogany. This is mahogany. This is walnut. This is maple. So they just kind of like change places.
Yeah,
okay.
It looks like it's Z though, like it's got a.
Yeah, if you look on this end of the board, you can see how I laid it out.
yeah.
So what I did was took a piece of inch strip of walnut, an inch strip of walnut, a 2-inch strip of maple, an inch strip of mahogany, inch strip of mahogany, a 2-inch strip of maple, inch strip of walnut, 2-inch strip of and that's how I laid them out. Now you lay those all out and you glue them all together. And once they become dry, then you take them and you cut them up and flip them up edgewise to give you the end grain board. And then recirculate. All I did, they were pretty much straight on in line the way I did them. So I just alternated between mahogany, walnut, mahogany. I just flipped the ends back and forth.
You know, when you had that thing propped up on the table behind you, it looked like it was covered with leather.
Oh, really?
It's got that kind of sheen, that leather sheen.
Yeah, this is mineral oil. I just dipped it in a bath of mineral oil a couple of times and let it sit out and dry out, wiped it off, let it sit for 2 or 3 or 4 hours, and dipped it in more mineral oil. I did the juice ring that you want to talk about. I did that on my CNC. I laid it in my CNC and run the juice ring around it. And then I rounded over the edges on the bottom and the top. It's identical on the bottom as it is the top.
Did you round off on a regular router table or?
No, I did it on my CNC.
Yeah, so you flipped it over. Did you round it over on both sides?
Yeah. Oh no, the round over I did on my router table.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the round over I did both sides on the rounder, but the juice groove I did on my CNC. I just laid it down, marked off the center, popped the bit in there, and 2 or 3 passes and pulled it out, and it's ready to go. I mean, yeah. So no, I'm proud of it. This is totally. It's real thin. This is only about a little bit less than a 1 inch thick. The reason being is because I have a real problem. I need to go to somebody and get some help for this because I can't throw away scraps of wood.
There's meds for that.
Yeah, and so these little pieces of scraps, they'll be, 2 inches wide, a foot long of mahogany, and I throw it over there, and I'll make a pen out of that. I have in this shop right here 3 scrap bins of wood. I think I have 5 scrap bins of wood out there. I don't throw the crap away. I just keep saving it. And so I finally went through, and I have different levels of scraps. I mean, there's your old pine and your your old scraps, and then there's a level of scraps that are like this.
Yes.
So the other day I said, you know what? I bought that drum sander specifically for stuff like this, and I have yet to use it for that. I've used it for a lot of things, and I said I'm going to pull some scraps out and make a cutting board, because that's one of the reasons I bought the Supermax 1632 for cutting boards. It's so much easier to sand them than it is plain. Some yahoo the other day said, "Oh, so when you sand these, you're not worried about the grit getting into the wood, so that when you cut the stuff with your knife, it dulls your really expensive cutting knife." And I answered him and I said, "Oh, I would think I would be more concerned about the sanding grit getting in the food that I'm fixing to eat than I would about dulling my damn knife."
Jim, did you say that?
I didn't say anything.
Sorry. Give me a break. So
I was about to say that you should use food grade sandpaper on that, but I'm going to leave that out there. Yep.
So anyway, so this is kind of thin. This is only 1 inch thick. It started out at like 1 3/8 inch and a half, and then by the time you get everything done and get it all squared up and everything, it takes some of it off. So, and this was also a test for me. Most of my cutting boards are usually 1.5 inches thick, and most of them start off at like 2 inches thick and become 1.5 inches. So this one actually started off at 1.5 inches and became 1 inch, because sometimes you can have some cracking and splitting in the thinner boards. They don't want to work just right. So this was an experiment to me. I was using scraps, so it was stuff that I pulled out and made this out of. If it failed, I haven't spent a whole lot of money, because I paid for all the projects beforehand that I ever did this out of. So, but as of now, it hasn't cracked, it hadn't split, it is held together beautifully. I watch it almost a day. I'll look at this board 2 or 3 times a day since I made it, just to see if I'm like worried about it's going to split or crack or whatever. So
I like the ends, how they turned out different. Your 4 ends, the other ends, the sides, how it pops on that other end. If you turn it sideways, down, now flip it, now rotate it, and the other end is totally different. The very edge. Yep. Look at there.
It turned out I'm tickled with it. This is my board. I ain't selling this one. This was made out of scraps, and I just wanted to test to see if I could make a thin board. Most of your cutting boards are 1.5 inches plus. A lot of people like to make them like 2 inches plus. So, but you have to realize you lose if you start off with a 2-inch board material, 2-inch material. You're not going to have a 2-inch cutting board. Time you put it all together, time you plane it or sand it or whatever you do, you're going to lose some. So usually a 2-inch board will become 1.5 inches thick board. If you get what I'm saying, it's just when you're cutting the pieces, every time the saw blade cuts a piece, depending on I have one of the thinnest saw blades on the planet. Mine comes from Total Saw Solutions. It's 1/16 of an inch thin. Yeah, a dime thin. So or a dime, I think, is a little bit more than a 1/16 of an inch, but whatever a dime thickness is. So I bought it intentionally when I'm cutting hardwoods. I'm not taking 1/8 of an inch gap every cut. I'm taking a lot of thinner, because you do 20 cuts at 1/8 of an inch, add it up for yourself. How much have you just wasted? Cut that in half. If you could imagine that with a saw blade, which I have, will do that, and I've saved some wood. So that's the way I looked at it. So anyway, my point is I did this just to see if the thin board would work, because I particularly like thin boards. All my cutting boards that I have in the house that we have purchased are like bamboo and stuff. They're all 1 inch thick, like this. And I understand that bamboo doesn't react the same way that these woods would react. I know all that before you even start out there telling me that stuff. But my point is I wanted to see with scrap wood, I wasn't wasting any money to see how this would react.
turned out.
I'm going to let this sit around, and I'm going to let it suck up its mineral oil for a while. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut on it, and play around with it and see how it works. If this comes out good as my prototype, I won't be so worried about trying to make thinner boards, because I'm sure that one board I'm going to make is going to fail. It'll get some cracks or something, or something that'll happen. But I'll make a few others and see how it goes and see how they react. Because, like I said, most cutting boards are 1.5 plus. Some are inch and I've seen some people make 1.25. I watched some videos of people make 1.25, but usually it's 1.5 on up, a little bit thicker, just for the reason of having the wood split or have some problem. But this wood, you have to realize, I've had this wood for a while. These are scraps of projects that has been sitting in that scrap bin for 2 or 3 years. So they are definitely cured and dried out. They ain't got a lot of moisture in them anymore. So, but I personally, I haven't made a cutting board in a while, and I bought that 1632 Supermax drum sander for one of the purposes is I wanted to make some cutting boards. I didn't want to run them through my planer anymore, and put the pieces on them. I wanted to just sand them off. So I'm very proud of that one. And so you're going to see me making some more. Matter of fact, I've got some stuff out there. I was running it through the joiner today and starting to cut it up. I'm going to make another one. Now that one's going to be a little bit thicker. I'm going to make that one thicker. So I guess it's time for us to get out of here. I didn't plan on running this late. Trust me.
By the way, we got 40 thumbs up and 39 people watching, or at least I see. So
one thumbs down for Katie vaping.
I see 4 thumbs down.
Oh, 4 thumbs down. Okay, yeah. Well, God bless you. If you can't find anything else better to do than to give me a thumbs down, then
it's a fistful there, Katie.
Yeah, you. I'll pray for you. Let's put it that way.
Tell you what, I'll give thumbs up to thumbs down. How's that?
I'll pray for you.
There you go.
I'll pray that the Lord will make your day bright and shiny, so you'll feel so bad about giving me that thumbs down, you'll come back and change it and make it a thumbs up.
Man.
Yeah. I got a 5th one.
Oh, it looks like there's 6 now.
Oh, Lord.
You can pray for them down.
7. Do we hear 8? Do we hear 8?
Do we hear 8?
Zach nailed you for bamboo cutting boards.
You better watch out.
Now everybody's piling on.
I got news for you, people. I do this show.
Here we go.
Totally I just want to make. I do this show for I'm having such a great time. And I have met so many people, like all those wonderful people in the panel, and all these wonderful people like Dave Hart, Dennis Godson, Dan Inge from Dan Inge Woodworking, Aussie Man. The list goes on. Steve Carmichael, James Parker, Jeff Robinson, Mike Pickett, Southern Ginger Witch, which is what's his name?
Zach.
The man.
Zach is out there. All these people are out there watching me, and I am having the time of my life. So if you've got nothing else better to do than to give me a thumbs down, just because I'm having a great time, and all these people obviously in the chat really like me, and they're having a great time too, then God bless you. That's all I gotta say. Just
you got a flaw on your board, on your cutting board. I see it.
Do what?
You made a flaw on your cutting board.
Katie?
Oh my God.
Katie?
I've got 40 and 4 is what I see on mine. 40.
That's what it's been for a while.
Yeah,
but I just announced that this glass is full of rum and Coke, so I'm waiting for that
Oh, so
down number to start to
drinking
indicate.
they're drinking on the show. Oh,
I do too. I've got water in mine. Oh,
Yeah.
no, mine's
There's
empty.
nothing in that cup.
you know, and it doesn't bother me. I don't have a heart. It doesn't bother me, like I said, because I'm having fun. And I'll tell you what really is really interesting about this situation is the fact that we give away a lot of stuff on this show from my sponsors. They support me heavily, heavily, heavily. So you don't think they watch this show and you don't think they look at the numbers. So, I mean, it's like, come on, give me a break. They don't mind giving away prizes and they don't mind giving me stuff to give away to you because they know my feelings toward my people that are on the panel and out there. They know my feelings. Y'all got these guys out here in the panel or out in the chat are just as important as everyone here on the panel. You guys make this thing every week. You make it worthwhile. I enjoy looking over there, seeing your names scroll through and reading your names off. It gives me such, it just makes me feel so happy. So I appreciate you. I really do. All y'all that watch every week from week to week. So we got to get out of here. I've said enough, and I think people are sitting over there on my panel going like, "Shut up, Russ, and go on."
We're going to ask for a raise, Russ.
Yeah, time and a half for overtime.
Time and a half for overtime.
At least
What, 0 times 2?
Yeah. Dennis Godson says, "Thank you, Russ. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that very much. It really means a lot when somebody like you appreciates what I'm doing and just says thank you. That means a lot. Next week, Russ will do the show topless for you. You can give him thumbs.
Oh my goodness!
I think I did that.
That was our lovely Brenda that said that too, by the way.
I'll bring the bleach eye wash.
Yeah, I will too. So, all right, there's only thank you for Brenda, Dixon, Jim, Katie, Matthew, Al, Paul. Thank you all for being on here tonight and being
Night, everybody.
And thank you all for being out there in the chat. So very, very, very. Yeah, don't forget the Atlanta show. I'm going to be at the Atlanta woodworking show. I've already got the airplane ticket. I've already got the hotel, and I've already got the rental car.
Oh, you're flying up there?
Yeah, I'm going to fly. The last time I drove, it was only 8 hours, and I can be. It took me 8 hours, 8.5 hours to drive it. I can be there on a plane flight in 1 hour. And I'm thinking about
you gotta get to the airport like an hour or two early.
Yeah, but my point is I'm not driving. I'm like sitting around there.
Yeah, no, I get that part of it.
And
3 weeks I've been on 12 flights.
My plane ticket was a round trip, right? And I spent this much money last year in my wife's Camaro. My round trip plane ticket this year is $123.
I should get mine now.
How much?
$123.
Yeah,
I spent $107. We looked it up.
Yep.
I spent $107 in fuel.
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm like, why the heck would I want to drive?
The truth is, your wife wouldn't let you drive
And
her.
it keeps you from bringing home.
No,
good
she
food.
already said I could drive her Camaro, but I told her, I said, I'm going to just check the plane ticket and see, if I can get
That's
one.
what you said last week. You said last week she said no.
That's what he said last week.
Well, he doesn't have a choice now. He's got to fly.
Yeah, I got a flight.
You know,
Well,
you
she
can't.
said yes after he bought his plane tickets.
You can't call a 17-foot board on the plane.
She said no because she didn't want to get stuck here at home without a vehicle. And I told her she could drive my truck, and she goes, "I don't want to drive your damn truck."
Yeah,
I got a truck. I
got a big 4-wheel drive dually, diesel, big, huge quad cab, 8-foot bed. This thing is like huge.
Like driving a train.
She don't want to drive it. That's the reason. If she had a small car, she wouldn't care. But she just don't feel like getting stuck here if she needs a way to go, which doesn't make sense because all of our kids live within 10 miles of us. All she has to pick up the phone and says, hey, Ashley, Amber, Brandy, Cameron, Corey, can y'all take me to the store? One of them will be here to take her to the store. But anyway.
You sound bitter.
Because, well, no, I'm actually not bitter because once I found out it was only $123 for the plane ticket round trip, I was like, keep your Camaro. I mean, because guess what? She's driving my ass in the Camaro to the airport.
Yeah.
And guess who's picking me up?
How are you going to save money?
To get Uber or something.
Yeah, she's picking me up too. So
you're going to save money because
Jeff Robinson says no toys coming back.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm limited to what I can bring back this time. I can't put that full size drill press in her Camaro that I brought back. Yeah, I ain't got room for that. So
Russ will have a bunch of like really long planks duct taped to the bottom of the jet on the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this is carry-on luggage. I swear it is.
Yeah.
You can.
All right. Well, we got to get out of here. I know it's been fun, and thank you so very much. And I actually, somebody actually went. Now I got 5 thumbs down. Jeez.
I think it was Zach.
They want to see you topless next week.
If you have nothing else better to do than do that, then bless your heart. May God bless you. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. May an elephant crush you with his toes. May your wife be plagued with runners in her hose. And that bird of paradise lean fly right up your damn nose.
That's a new song.
Bless your heart.
Please, of 1,000 camels.
Yep. So, all right, we're getting out of here. Good night, everybody. There's only one thing we got left to do. And you know this is the end because I'm doing it. Just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust. All around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. The next thing you know, they're going to tell me they don't like my song. They're going to give me a thumbs down.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a thumbs down.
You know
what? Good night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
And Chris said something about not staying here or something. So get out of here.
Home. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
There you go.